My mother ordered me to forget you. The words echo in my mind like a curse carved into my very bones. She said them with that cold authority that makes even kings tremble, as if her voice alone could command destiny itself. But destiny, my love, does not bend so easily, not when it collides with the force of a heart like mine that beats only for you. She looked at me as though love were a weakness, as though my devotion to you was a flaw to be corrected. Forget her, she said, as if you were some fleeting dream I could simply wake from. But how do I forget the one whose ladder stitched my soul back together, the one whose touch pulled me from the darkness I had learned to live with? How do I erase the sound of your name when it is the only prayer I know by heart? They think a prince belongs to the crown, to the people, to the endless corridors of duty that chain his every step. But before I am a prince, I am a man. And as a man, my heart is not bound to palaces or politics, it is bound to you. You are not a chapter I can close. You are the entire book of my life, and without you, the story is nothing but ash. I tried, for a moment, to obey her. I tried to imagine a world where I could walk past you and pretend you were a stranger. I had tried to silence the fire in my chest that roars every time I think of you. But the attempt nearly killed me. Each second without you is a slow death, a suffocating silence that no crown, no kingdom, no throne can ever fill. She does not understand love is not a command that can be given or revoked. Love is a storm. Love is rebellion. And you are the storm that has claimed me. Yes, my mother is a queen, but her power ends at the gates of my heart. She cannot rewrite what is etched into my soul. Even if she threatens me, even if she builds a wall of kingdoms between us, I will find my way back to you. Because forgetting you is not an order I can obey, it is an impossibility, a cruelty greater than death itself. So let them watch. Let them whisper that the prince has gone mad, that he dares to defy the queen herself. Let them fear the scandal, the ruin, the fire I am ready to unleash. Because I would rather burn an empire than extinguish the flame you lit inside me. My mother ordered me to forget you, but, beloved, I will remember you even in my final breath. I will remember you in life, in death, in every lifetime fate dares to throw me into. You are not someone I loved. You are the reason I know what love means. And no crown, no queen, no command can strip that from me. The words are still burning inside me, as though they were seared into my very skin with fire. She did not simply command me, she decreed it, as if her voice were law, as if my love for you were some crime punishable by exile or death. And perhaps, in her eyes it is. To her you are not a woman. You are a threat. You are the fracture in the perfect image she has sculpted for me, the one weakness she refuses to allow in the son who will one day wear the crown. But I need you to understand this before I am her son, before I am her heir, before I am a prince in the eyes of the world, I am yours. Entirely, desperately, endlessly yours. She doesn't understand what you have done to me. She doesn't know the nights I spent drowning in duty, in silence, in the suffocating loneliness of golden halls that feel like tombs. She doesn't know how one smile from you shattered that prison, how one touch from you gave me a reason to keep breathing. You became my freedom, my rebellion, my only truth in a palace built on lies. And now with all her authority, she wants me to sever that lifeline. She wants me to walk away from the very heartbeat that keeps me alive. How can I forget you? Tell me, how does a man forget the one who rewrote the language of his soul? Your letter became a hymn that carried me through despair. Your eyes became my compass when I was lost in the endless corridors of duty. Every word you ever spoke to me became an anchor, holding me steady when the storms of power threatened to consume me. To forget you would be to rip my heart out and bury it alive. And yet she dares to tell me it is possible. She dares to command me as if love were a garment I could strip away. I want you to know the truth, I tried. For one day, I forced myself to believe she was right. I kept my distance. I silenced every instinct to run to you. I buried the thought of you under papers, signatures, and endless council meetings. But no matter how hard I tried, you were everywhere. I saw you in the way the light fell against the palace windows. I heard you in the whisper of the rain against the stone. I felt you in the itching silence that followed me from room to room. That single day nearly destroyed me. If one day without you feels like that, then what is a lifetime of forgetting? Nothing but a slow, merciless death. They all think I am too young to know what love is. They think this is an infatuation, a passing weakness. You are not a chapter in my story, you are the book itself. And if they try to tear those pages from me, they will discover what it means to ignite a rebellion born not of politics, but of love. I know what is at stake. I know my defiance could mean war in my own household, disgrace in the eyes of the kingdom, ruin for everything I was raised to inherit. But I also know this: a crown is nothing but metal without you beside me. A throne is nothing but stone if you are not the one waiting for me when the hall empties and silence takes its place. I would rather walk away from the empire they want me to rule than walk away from the woman who rules my heart. So let my mother command me. Let her believe that her order has power over me. Outwardly, I may bow my head to her throne. Outwardly, I may play the part of the obedient son, the dutiful prince. But inside, in the chambers of my soul that no one can ever touch, I will remain yours. Entirely. Eternally. No queen, no threat, no order will change that. My mother ordered me to forget you. But even if the stars themselves burned out, even if time itself ended, I would still remember you. And I would still choose you. Always. Those words are still burning on my tongue, and yet I cannot force myself to obey them. Do you know what it feels like when the very person who gave you life demands that you abandon the only soul who makes that life worth living? She looked me in the eyes, with all the cold fire of a queen who has never bowed to anyone, and told me that my heart was a weakness, that my love for you was a sin against duty, against the crown, against her plans for me. She spoke as if you were nothing more than a mistake, a shadow I should brush away. But how could I erase you when you are carved into every part of me? My mother does not understand that asking me to forget you is not a command, it is a death sentence. Because without you, I would not be alive in the truest sense. I would only be breathing, moving, smiling for the world while rotting inside. I tried to reason with her. I told her that love is not weakness, that love is the only crown worth wearing. She laughed. A bitter, sharp laugh that cut into me deeper than any blade. She said I am a prince, and princes do not love, they rule. Princes do not belong to themselves, they belong to the kingdom. Princes do not marry for hearts, they marry for alliances. And in her final words, she declared that you are not meant to stand beside me. Her tone was final, cruel, laced with the authority of someone who believes she controls my fate. But I wanted to scream at her who gave her the right to write my story, who gave her the power to dictate who my heart should be for. Every step I took after leaving her chambers felt like I was walking through fire. I could still feel the weight of her command pressing on my shoulders. Forget her. But how does one forget the ladder that has healed him? How does one erase the hands that have held him when the world turned its back? How does one abandon the woman whose very presence feels like the meaning of home? I cannot. I will not. I would rather break the chains of this palace, renounce the very blood that flows through my veins, than surrender to her command. For she may be my mother, but you are my soul. And between the two, I will always choose the one who makes me whole. I am not Navi, no disobedience will not come without a price. My mother does not give warnings, she delivers punishments. Already I can see the storm gathering in her eyes, the threats she left unsaid, but hanging heavily in the air. If I defy her, she will come after you. She will send whispers into the court to tarnish your name. She will set spies to follow your every step, to look for weaknesses, to make you suffer until you fall on your knees, and beg to be free from me. That is her way of breaking what she cannot control. And the thought of you being caught in her storm fills me with a terror I cannot describe. But listen to me, love, if she dares to move against you, she will learn for the first time what it means to have her son as an enemy. I will protect you with every drop of blood in my body. I will burn the walls of this palace to ash if that is what it takes to keep you safe. I will not bend. I will not surrender. I will not forget. Because forgetting you would mean betraying myself, betraying the man I am when I stand in front of you. So tonight, as I sit in the silence, I make you a vow. She can order me, she can command me, she can strip me of my crown, but she cannot erase you from my heart. My mother ordered me to forget you, but instead, her command has carved your name even deeper into my soul. And now, nothing and no one will ever be able to take you from me. Tonight, after she spoke those words, I walked through the endless corridors of this palace like a ghost. The chandeliers glittered above me. The guards bowed. The walls echoed with the same silence. They always keep. Every time I prayed, I remembered the way you said my name. And in that moment, I realized something so sharp it cut me to the bone. This palace is not my home. You are. If my mother believes she can order me to erase you, then she does not know the strength of what binds us. She thinks love is a chain, but love is the only key that has ever set me free. She thinks you are my weakness, but in truth you are the only power I have ever known. When I fight, it is not for the throne, it is not for the crown, it is not for her approval, it is for the right to walk beside you without fear. I want you to understand something, my love. When I stand before the world, I am a prince. I am bound by duty, weighed down by expectations, forced into a mold carved by generations of men before me. But when I stand before you, I am simply a man,